Hellion. A couple have been SCVs at these towers. One may have been an SCV over here, but look at that. Only 6 units lost. 400 resources, so that means probably a couple of them were Hellions, I guess. But anyway, lots being very, very effective, although only 150 resources lost with those 22 units. Very cheap Zerglings being killed there. And here we go. Mulus coming around again to try and do some harassment. The Marines and Thor are there to stop it nonetheless, though. And anyway, look at this. Sen has decided to drone up. 13 drones in production right now. He's going to probably rally them all specifically to this high yield. And once he gets that going, SeleCT is going to be in trouble unless he moves out to do something pretty quick. We got more barracks going down on the side here. He's going to be able to start pumping out lots of units, but he needs to make a push before too long. Otherwise, Sen is just going to be able to run away with this game with tons and tons of units pumping out of... Does he even have any? Yes, he has an extra hatchery here, extra queen. He's got 3 hatches with queens at each. He's probably going to produce another queen at this hatchery. Look, just as I said that, there we go. And so he's going to put a bunch of drones on this now. Where are those drones? There they are. Look at that. Beautiful. And so he's going to have 4 hatcheries with 4 queens and an absolute ton of income. Some roaches and some banelings on the way now as well. And yeah, watch his intake just skyrocket here as he starts to mine these high yield minerals. Just ridiculous. More Mulus coming in to do some more harassment. Again, going to be really shut down. So now he's got these Thors. He's got a large amount of Marines here, mostly Marines, just a few Marauders in there, and some tanks as well. So these Banelings could go either way, actually. The Banelings and Roaches are going to be really good against these Marines, but not quite as good against like the tanks and the Thors. So just basically just trying to get a good army mixture going on, and he does actually have that. Actually, he's got a lot of different. Look at it. Oh man, it just skyrocketed to over 2,000 minerals a minute. Just ridiculous. And he's just going to be pumping out so many units now. He's getting all kinds of upgrades. Both players getting upgrades actually, and it looks like he's got +1 weapons on the ground. No, he's got nope, just +1 weapons on the mech upgrades as well, and just 1 carapace for the Zerg, and +1 ranged attack. But SeleCT is now moving out and kind of taking control of this wide swath in the middle, so that he can take control of this high yield as well. And I like the Overlord over here just dropping creep, just making it a little bit harder for him to get that expansion down there. It's going to get driven off by this Viking, and the command center is going to be able to land in there. But Sen looks like he might take this opportunity to make his attack. He's got a lot of Zerglings, a lot of Roaches. He's trying to go for that upper spot there, but it's a little bit too far away. Hydra's coming in, pick off the first dropship before anything happens. He's trying to fall back here. He's got a nice line of tanks. Drop has been upgraded. He's dropping Banelings all over the army. Beautiful move by Sen, but it's just not quite enough of an army. Wow. The power of Terran mech, the power of the Terran actually, just in general, just able to do so much damage. And look at this, oh, just beautiful spacings of these tanks just spaced out of. It's like a Blizzard cutscene where they space them out perfectly evenly, you know, in perfect spots or whatever. And I think Sen was going to try and come in here and deal with these rocks and try and come in the back, but he just was forced to engage a little bit early because the tanks were in range, and I think he probably should have pulled back at that point until he could further assess what kind of forces SeleCT had. But instead he engaged full on, and it was almost worked out perfectly that his army was a little out of position, because then, and oh wow, he dropped some Roaches in the back here. Actually, if he can shut down some of these production facilities, that will be very bad. SCV's coming off the line to battle these Roaches, not a good combination. A couple medevacs in play though, and some more Marines coming in to reinforce. That's a really good army there with the couple medevacs are going to be able to deal with those Roaches. Can't attack the air, but in the meantime, counterattacking the bottom as well. This is exactly what Sen needs to do: is attack different locations, throw SeleCT off guard. SeleCT running his SCVs out of the way, lifting his command center, getting it out of the way temporarily, and now would be another time to kind of attack in the middle here, but not quite on top of it that much. He is running some Mulisks around to try and take advantage of this this lull in the back. Mulus now coming in to kill off the rocks, since it would be too hard for the Roaches to get past these tanks to kill off the rocks. But this turret's going to come up in just a moment and start pelting away at this Mutalisk. And there it goes. So he's going to have to at least fall that one Mutalisk back, or he can just let his Mutalisk die in exchange for the rocks. Anyways, I totally missed it. Let me go back for a second. Here he comes in with a small attack on the side, and just barely manages to take out that hatchery, actually. I kind of saw those guys sneaking in here when I was looking at the Mutalisks. That's totally nub of me. I know that's something a lot of people are complaining about, that I miss stuff. I'm sorry. There's lots of stuff going on in this game a lot of the time. Anyway, he is really going bullish on those rocks. The back has been opened up. He is now free to run in there, and I don't know if SeleCT has enough troops. He's been trying to watch so many directions at once that he hasn't. His forces are kind of spread out. Oh, the banelings! Oh, the banelings! Oh, get mostly slaughtered. About half the banelings get killed before they get there. A few banelings do get through and manage to take out a decent force there. And a drop is going down in the back of the high yield. Sen is all over it. He saw this coming a mile away. He's going to bring in the mutas for the dropships and some roaches and lings for the ground forces. But yeah, he's still going to be able to kill off a lot of units with just that small force. In the meantime, Zerglings are getting cleaned up in the main there. He still has this high yield. He's got the PF there, the Planetary Fortress going. But look at this. Sen getting this base back up, retains the high yield, has droned up, gets droned back up. Let's check out the units tab. So look at this. Baneling cocoons popping open in the middle of the map here. But anyway, 64 drones on the map compared to 32 SCVs, exactly half the amount of workers. So that is not good at all for SeleCT. I mean, he's basically, the main problem is that he's starting to mine out, basically, and this is the reason why he doesn't have that many workers. Here comes another attack coming in here. Infestors going in. Oh, no! Baneling's killing everything! Oh, and he fungles the Thors to make sure they can't come in here and reinforce. Wow, let's go back and watch that again, actually. Let's go, one more. There we go. Here we come in. Baneling's coming in. He's going to try and fungal the ramp to block things in. And, oh my gosh, the Baneling's killing off every SCV and making the Planetary Forges burning so that just a few more roach hits kills it off. Beautiful, beautiful play. SeleCT is in major trouble now. 18 SCVs to his name, and I don't even know where they are right now. They're just all over the place, I guess. He's having to float his main orbital command down to his natural, and he's floating his natural orbital command down to this high yield. I guess that's kind of a faster way of transferring over, so he has both. Instead of transferring this one all the way down, he can get both mining a little bit faster that way. That's kind of interesting. And immediately starts planning all of his SCVs on these high yields. He needs to get some income back up. Look, he's down to almost no income right now. He's going to jump up his income very quickly. Yeah, very quickly right there. But again, look at that. Almost double the army for Sen right now. And he's just, there's nothing he can do wrong at this point. He's just got tons of everything. Even one Hydralisk, just to say he had a Hydralisk involved as well. Infestors in the mix, running around very quickly on the creep. I didn't realize they ran that quickly on creep. Anyway. Oh, they might get picked off, though. One gets picked off. Two get picked off. Wow, that was actually a really good boon. He saw that coming. He went out there to try and kill off those Infestors, but I don't think it's going to matter. Here's his force coming in. There's not really anything this group of Marines can do, though. With just a single medevac, he's trying to pop the Overlords before they get in. Oh, Fungal goes off on the entire group of Marines. That last Infestor was all he needed. He killed off the other Infestors, but that last one saves the day, and SeleCT throws his SCVs into the fight just for one last battle. And I think he's going to be forced to GG here pretty quick. He's got a bunch of tanks actually in the middle of the field. I don't know where they were in that battle, but as soon as they get wiped up, it's going to be over. Infested Terrans dropping out in the middle of nowhere, and GG coming from SeleCT. Beautifully played by Sen, holding off all harassment the entire game, and just macroing like a fiend. Macroing like an absolute fiend, getting tons of drones out whenever he had the chance, and tons of hatcheries. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Very, very nicely played by both players, actually. As SeleCT, I thought he was going to take it a couple times when he really blew up Sen's army in the middle here, when it was kind of a poorly, not, it was just a bad moment for him to attack. And I thought that SeleCT was going to be able to counterattack, but Sen just immediately made this huge force in the middle again, and that's basically what it was, is a Sen that could afford to rebuild his army so much faster and had the ability to do with all of these hatcheries and queens. So hope you guys enjoyed that game. Thanks very much for watching, and GG.